Hi, Scott the Astro Manager here. Today we're going to talk about the last step before we get into how to go through your inbox when you have lots of emails and how to process them. And that is setting up filters. We're still working on trying to get things out of your inbox. Best way, send fewer emails. Send more efficient emails, get fewer emails. Second way is recognize emails that you don't need in your inbox and have that processed automatically and done something with. So depending on what mail client you're using, the way to implement filters is going to be different. There are lots of videos and web pages on that. So do a search on your email client, how to set up a filter, and you can find the details for that. I'll walk through an example of Gmail. So that's what I use, and it's probably a fairly common one. But the idea, basically, the basic idea behind filters is typically the same. So it should all work. So here are some filters that I have on one of my accounts, and this is just a few of them. But these are things that regularly come in. I don't have a way to stop them from coming in, but I also don't need to see them in my inbox every day reminding, hey Scott, look at me. So the first one is a night log. Every night Observing comes in, and we see what the results were of that night and what went on that night. I don't have to see that every morning. I like to look at that when I have time, when I choose. So I just match those. Anything coming from night log, they all have that same email address. I skip the inbox, I mark it as read, and I put it in a folder, apply a label to it, which is night logs. So I can go back, anytime during the day or week I want to see how are things going, I can look at the night logs. They never appear in my inbox. Same thing for a plan of the week. Then there are things, sometimes I do want to read them, but I know I'm going to want to archive them, and so I just apply a label to it. So this other one here, Gifts Gemini Team Gemini EDU. This is an email list about a project I was working on, and I wanted to record those, so it automatically applies the label to it, leaves it in my inbox, but now I can read it and archive it, and it goes to the right place automatically. And then here's a particular email at the end, a laser projection notice. It doesn't concern my work area, and I don't even need to go back and look at those ever again. So I just delete those. Those come in, they're gone. I never see them. So these are the kinds of filters you can use. So use it for things that you want to read or have access to, but you don't need to read them right away. So those you should mark them as read and put them straight in the folder. Then there are things that you just never want to read, so just delete those. And then there are things that you do want to read and you're going to want to keep. Or maybe you're not sure you want to keep, but you probably will. And if you do, you know how you're going to label them. You apply the label. So those are the three kinds of filters I use. So here's an email I'd sent myself just so we could practice this. Hi Scott, want to buy some useless stuff for a lot of money, earn cash quick. So there are a variety of ways I might want to set up a filter. I can just set up a filter just going through the filter process. But there's also in Gmail, and maybe your client has a similar thing, you can go up to a menu and I can say filter messages like these. So let's try this for this one. And it tries to figure out how you might want to identify this message. So it puts in here from climatehawaii.edu. That's usually pretty good. If you have a spam message that you don't want, or a list or something else that you're getting, it's always from a certain place, and you can filter on that. And so that's pretty easy. I can just set that and then I can go on. Or maybe you can't. That sender also sends you other stuff that you do need to process. So then I can say has the words, earn money quick, whatever I want to add, right? So you can use the different criteria here. Does it have an attachment? Other different things here. And then so let's just say, so this will say anything from Climate at Hawaii has the words earn money. Skip the inbox. So this is something if I want to put something in a folder, like the ones that I don't need to read right away, right, mark it as read. So if I want to save this message, then I would say skip the inbox, mark it as read, and apply a label. In this case, I don't want to do that. I just want to delete it. So I can just hit delete it. Alternatively, maybe Scott sends me stuff all the time about earning money, and I trust Scott and I want to earn money quickly. So in this case, I'm afraid that my spam filter might refine it as spam, so I can never send it spam. So anyhow, these are the things you can do. You hit create filter, and then it'll show up on your filter list. So do a Google search for whatever your client is, and I'd recommend do that now. When this video ends, watch till the end. When the video ends, go to your emails, find some emails that are in your inbox that you don't need to see, and make a filter to put them away someplace. Find emails that come regularly that you never need to see, just so set up a filter to delete. I would do that now while you're thinking about it. And then as you go along and you figure out how to do it, emails will come in. And if your client, this filter email like these is a real easy thing to do. You could spend a couple hours going through, racking your brain, figuring out all the different filters you do, or just set one or two up so you know how to do it. Then as a future email comes in, you say, I can process this a better way. Set up your filter right then and process it. So next we're going to get into how to go through that actual processing, how to make that efficient so you're not spending a lot of time with your emails, moving them around, processing them, figuring out where to put them, things like that. So we'll do that. We'll begin that in the next session. And I hope you found this useful, and I hope you see me next time. Bye-bye.